There are some farm animals who are shy and others who are very outgoing.
I know. You a baby?
For the shyer ones in particular, I would spend a lot of time not even photographing them, just lying on the ground next to them.
Hi, I don't have cookies, unfortunately.
Just helping them acclimate to my presence. I didn't pose these images. I followed the animal wherever he or she wanted to go. It was important to me that I meet these animals on their terms and not mine.
Get here. Hi. Hi.
So I photographed them at the sanctuaries because I wanted them to be portraits. Oh, look what we have going on here. Oh my goodness. In a lot of respects, my book was almost a love letter to these sanctuaries. The focus of my portraits were the animals, but I also really want to acknowledge the people who dedicate their lives to rescuing and rehabilitating these animals. They work in all kinds of weather, the most extreme heat, the most extreme cold. They go into rescue operations where they see animals enduring such horrific cruelty and neglect. A number of the people who work at these sanctuaries do have PTSD just from what they've witnessed. They do rescue as many animals as they can, but they exist also to educate the public, to show a new way of relating to these animals that involves kindness and compassion, and doesn't treat these animals as commodities.
You're out. Peace. You out? There you go, baby girl. You know, everybody here has an abusive past, and we're trying to change that. Well, we are changing that. They're living their life. They're living their life in happiness. You know, a sanctuary is a place, you know, a farm sanctuary is where farm animals come to live their natural lives with proper medical care, food, water, and shelter, and love, lots and lots of love, and to educate people. So we bring people here to educate them on the horrors of factory farming, animals that were bred to die, you know, and explain to them that animals want to live, just like you and me. So we want to put a face to the bacon, the ham, the product that you buy in a store and just pick up, not thinking that the animals tested on wanted to live. You know, a lot of people think that their meat comes from the kitchen or the grocery store. They don't think that it has a face, you know, it has a will to live and a want to live, and it's a bright, beautiful creature.
When people perceive an animal as a food animal, they perceive them to be less intelligent than animals not considered edible. So people really like the idea of the animals that they eat as being these dumb beasts, but that's really wishful thinking. It allows people to excuse the way we treat them.
We have 12 pigs, we have 5 cats, we have 7 chickens, a rooster and 6 hens. We have a dog, Lyle. That's it. So we have two pigs living in the house right now, currently. We have Wilbur, who is a potbelly pig who we rescued last year that was dumped at a dog shelter in New York City. And we have Max, who is a baby who came to us a couple weeks old and 6.6 pounds. And he fell off a transport truck. Since Max was a meat pig, he's approaching 8 weeks old. Pigs that are bred for food are slaughtered at 250 pounds, 6 months old. So everybody that's eating bacon, everybody that's eating ham, everybody that's eating pork is eating babies. Max would have 4 more months in a small facility, so he couldn't walk around. They want to get him fat, being fed food that has pig's blood in it and hormones to make sure that they're getting fat really, really quickly. So he would have 4 more months to live. We have 2 pigs that were rescued from a lab that were being burned for product testing. Joy and Ren, they were testing burn cream on them. And so they're 6 months old. Joy and Ren would have been dead already. You know, when animals in a testing facility, the minute they're done with that test, they get euthanized. So as soon as that test is over, many don't even make it to the end. They die from pain, they die from infection. And there's no thought that this is a living, breathing, animal that wants to live no matter what. So they just euthanize them. You know, we get calls every day that if you don't take them, we're just gonna kill them. It's not a thought to them. It's not a living and breathing soul. It's just a product to them. It's no different than a toaster. It's no different than throwing at a toaster after it breaks, than throwing at a pig and putting a needle in its neck and killing it.
You want the apple so much, you're just so happy.
And Princess, who likes to make a special appearance in the house once in a while. She's a potbelly pig that moves from barn to barn and lives wherever she decides to live. So sometimes she stays in the house, sometimes she stays in her she shed, sometimes she stays wherever she likes to stay. We accommodate her because she's 14 years old. She was locked in a stall for 10 years that was completely black, no light whatsoever, and was just being continuously bred. And so she's blind because the optical nerve got weak and now she can't see at all. She sees some shadows. And so we're making sure she lives her best life, so we let her live where she wants to live.
I know.
Isa's book really just having her here and letting the world see by her pictures of what these animals can be and how they should be and how they should live and how they want to grow old in quiet and safety just like us. It's an absolute honor to have her here. It was meant to be, and it was meant to be for her to meet Carl and Princess and Max, who she's going to watch grow old, and for people to see, wow, they're happy, they're thriving, they do want to live.
My mom had advanced Alzheimer's disease. My dad had stage 4 oral cancer, and it was a really intense few years where my sister and I were just really focused on taking care of them. We reached a point where we realized it wasn't safe for Mom to be at home. There are photographers who've created really powerful images about their parents' declining health. It just didn't seem like the right path for me. I knew, though, that that was going to somehow emerge in my work. I didn't know how. There was a turkey named Gandalf who lived at Posado Safe Haven in Sultan, Washington. Gandalf, when I met him, he was blind and he was rescued from a cruelty hoarding case. And he had a number of health issues. The sanctuary rehabilitated him, but he had lost one of his eyes. And he was blind, and it was a really sweltering hot day when I met him. And turkeys, when they're hot, will open their beaks up to cool off. So the blank stare on Gandalf's face, coupled with his beak being open, it just brought me back to my mom's bedside. When she was, her final month, she was completely catatonic. She was just not there. So seeing Gandalf, that was really, I had to leave his enclosure. And that had nothing to do with Gandalf. It had everything to do with my own emotional baggage, I guess. It took several times of revisiting his yard until I was able to see Gandalf as an individual and photograph him and create a portrait of Gandalf. So being at a sanctuary can be an incredibly peaceful experience, an inspiring experience. But when you recognize that these animals are the few lucky ones, and you think about the billions of animals who will never be rescued, it's really gut-wrenching.
Put this down however you want it, that's where we'll put it.
Like exactly here.
For me, when I saw the first two lines of that monument, that was really moving. It gets to the question also of who do we grieve? Who's worthy of grief?
And that's my dream, is there'd be no need for sanctuaries till I close my doors tomorrow and let these animals live the rest of their life, and then I walk away because I'm not needed, because there's no animals being abused, no animals being exploited, no animals being tested on. And that's my dream, is to be unemployed and not be needed. Yeah. And I would be so happy, happier than I am now.
For your brothers, sisters, and family. Come here. For your brothers, sisters, and family. What do you think? What do you think? Did we do good?
This stone honors the billions of lives that society has forgotten. Arthur's Acres will never forget and never stop fighting for those lost souls. Every animal that crosses these gates will live forever, long after their bodies are gone. Their memories remain, their love and beauty will forever be cherished at Arthur's Acres. We honor the life they've shared and the bond they've made.
Right, buddy? This is for your family. This is the ones who didn't make it. We're trying, buddy. We're trying. We're trying.